Hello, this is Jeff Hook. I'd like to show you how the Fatima College of Health Sciences Moodle is using StudyMate learning objects to help students learn key vocabulary for their courses. And as an example, I'll be using the StudyMates that were made for the Introduction to Psychology course, which is a common year or second foundation year subject at Fatima College. So as you can see, we're inside the course Moodle at the Fatima College of Health Sciences Moodle. And each week there is, if I just go down a little bit, you'll see here, each week there is a StudyMate learning activity. Here's the StudyMate learning activity for week 1, which is what is psychology. Week 2, biological psychology. There is also a StudyMate activity as well. So let's go into week 2 and have a look at the StudyMate activities. We get a second screen introducing the activity to the students, and the students are told that they can use these learning activities to study the week's key terminology. They can study the flashcards, matching, fill in the gap, crossword puzzles, and a glossary. But this StudyMate is also gradable, and we've selected the pick a letter learning activity as the graded activity. So students can practice as much as they like with these activities, and when they feel that they've mastered the terminology, they can go into the pick a letter learning activity to test their knowledge. And we chose pick a letter because we wanted the students to be able to spell the key vocabulary. So we're going to enter into the learning activities, and we've now got the embedded SCORM object offering the students the various activities, including the graded activity, which is pick a letter. So let's start with the flashcards. And we get a second window that opens up the flashcard activity. Now, the data that was used to create all of these StudyMates was very simple. It was a term and a definition. Key term from the lecture and then a definition. So the students in the flashcards are given the definitions, and they have to try to learn what the definition is. What the term is. So here we've got a related process by which the brain selects, organizes, and interprets the sensations. I think that might be perception. So if I click on that, I'm correct. So students can just like a traditional flashcard, can turn that flashcard over. When they're ready, they can move on to the next one, which is damage to the spinal cord that is not complete. And again, I think the answer is incomplete spinal cord damage or incomplete spinal cord injury. Next, the tendency of sensory, and you get the idea. Cards can be shuffled, the activity can be reset. Students can choose not to show the card again, so they can gradually work through. Or if they want to, they can display the other side first. And this way we've got the central nervous system, and then we read the definition of the central nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, and then we can read that. So students have got a fair bit of flexibility in how they study with the flashcards. I'll click exit just to leave that. Now the same data is used to produce all of the different activities, and this allows students to select which activity they want to use in order to learn. Fill in the blank is quite difficult, and it really does test the student's ability to spell, which is quite an important thing for students over in the Emirates, because their spelling is not the best. So here we've got one of the divisions of the autonomic nervous system, which acts below the level of consciousness without us being aware of its functioning. So it's one of the sympathetic nervous systems. I'm not sure. I'm going to start guessing. I put in S, Y. Very difficult for me. I'm not a psychologist, so I'm going to show the answer. Parasympathetic nervous system. So now I can go back into there and start working on that question, but I'm going to go to the next one. The main function is to combine all of the information received from the peripheral nervous system and to coordinate all movements and actions of body parts and organs. Consists of the brain and the spinal cord. I think this is the central nervous system, so I'm going to type that in. And I got it correct. I'm pleased about that. I'll go to the next question. If students don't know, they can either show the answer or they can ask for a hint. So a medical imaging technique used in radiology to view internal structures of the body in detail. They can ask for a hint, and you can see here it begins with M, so I think it's medical imaging something, and magnetic, sorry, it's magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI. And you can see the students get points for all of this. I got 0 because I asked for so many hints. Next question. A related process by which the brain selects, organizes, and interprets the sensations. Well, again, I think that's perception. And I got it correct, so I got the maximum of 5 points for that. So they're given between 1 and 5 points, depending on how well they go with these activities. Let's have a look at matching. Again, the matching activity takes the same set of data. It just offers a different learning activity. So we can see here the process within the brain which filters the sensory information according to its intensity and frequency, and you have to match that. Now, is that transduction? No, it's not. Is it perception? No, it's not. The process within the brain which filters the sensory information according to its intensity and frequency. Sensation? No, it's not. I'm going to fail this course. It's coding. I'll move on. Next question. That one is blanked out, and now we get the same terms but with a different definition. So you get the idea there. Crosswords takes the same set of data and generates a... Sorry about that, we'll just pull it down into the right screen, and generates a crossword puzzle. Highlights this one here with a clue. The clue is the definition: the tendency of sensory receptors to respond less to a stimulus that continues without change. That might be adaptation, so I can click on A, D, A, P, or I can type it in, adaptation. I got that correct. I got 10 points. Click on this one here, which goes down a related process by which the brain selects, organizes, and that's of course perception. So we can enter that in. I'm doing rather well. I've got 19 points so far. And finally, there is a simple glossary created. I'll just pull that down into this screen. And students who want to study a glossary can just go in there and look at all the A's, look at all the C's, look at all the I's and all the P's, etc. So students use these activities to learn the material, and when they're ready they can move into a graded activity, and this graded activity, the grade for this activity is captured in the Moodle grade book, and we've chosen pick a letter so that students know that spelling is quite important in terms of the the health sciences terminology that they're studying. So here we've got the exact half of the cerebrum of the brain. I can't remember what that is, so I'm going to put in all the vowels. A, E, I, O. So it's S, P, yes, hemisphere, H, M, hemisphere. So it's an exact half, so it's a something hemisphere. I can ask for a hint if I want. Cerebral hemisphere. So you can see I only got 1 point for that because I asked for too many hints. Let's move on to the next question. An educated guess based on past experiences. Well, I know that's hypothesis, so I can also type this in. Hypothesis, and an educated guess. Is it an R? Yes, it is. Is it a C? Yes, it is. Is it an L? A? Is it a U? Yes, it's a perceptual hypothesis. So you can see I managed to get 5 points for that, and that's 2 of the 15. Exit that. And that's how the StudyMates work. Now, StudyMates also offer multiple choice questions, but because the data that we used only contained terms and definitions, we weren't able to generate any multiple choice questions. So there we go. That's how StudyMates are used inside the Fatima College of Health Sciences Moodle. Thank you very much.